my YouTube family, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Olivia and I'm a bikini competitor, online health and fitness coach, and a bikini and wellness posing coach. Welcome back to a video. That was a mouthful. In today's video, it's going to be a little bit more interesting. There is two things I want to cover with you all. First of all, first I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what's going to be happening tomorrow, so you actually stay for the rest of this video. I am going to be having my first off-plan meal in a whole month, and we're actually going to track it in. So it's going to be home cooked and tracked in. So I want to show you how I track my off-plan meals. So that's going to be something for tomorrow, so you're going to have to stay tuned. But today is my first day back in the gym in a whole week. And last week I was just telling you how great training has been going. And I was ordered to take a whole week off. Well, 5 days, but yeah, nearly a whole week off training. So today is my first day back. So in technical terms, I had a deload. I checked in Sunday, got my check-in back Monday, because that's how it works with Kuba. And we just noticed how bad my sleep was, how bad my energy was, and I was just feeling very, very off, which was explained 2 days later when my cycle arrived again after 6 months. But the deload couldn't have come at a perfect time. So I just want to kind of talk you through why I deloaded, what is a deload, when to implement deloads, and how to go about a deload. So first of all, a deload is a scheduled break from training. When do we implement it, or how? So first of all, in a prep setting, it might also be paired with a diet break if you're dieting. In an off season, excuse the planes, I'm back, even though I actually cut that out for you. Also ignore that noise, it's the shower. We're just gonna have to roll with it because I'm not gonna wait till that's finished, because I need to get my meal made and go to the gym. But going back to what a deload is, so yeah, in a prep setting, it might be paired with a diet break to fully give your body a break and allow it to recover to then keep on pushing forward. Because if you've been dieting for quite some time, obviously your metabolism adapts. So when you give it that bit of a break, the rest from training paired with the higher food, your body will literally be like, oh, they're not starving me anymore. I might utilize that food now. So that kind of spikes up your metabolism and then causes further fat loss in ideal settings than when you're back to your normal calories and your normal output. In an off-season setting, however, in an improvement phase setting, however, it is a little bit different because obviously we don't need a diet break. Our food is high enough. So what we did is we literally just took a break from training. We took a break from cardio, and I was just eating my rest day diet from Monday to Friday, which I'm absolutely sick of now. It's funny because back in the day, 1900 calories would have been my carb loads, and now it's my rest day food, and I was a little hungry. So today's the first high day again, which I do have a full day of eating on the channel from like 2 weeks ago when I did a high day, so feel free to watch that because I will not be showing you my meals today apart from tomorrow. So this is why we had a deload. Wasn't my call, obviously it was Kuba's call, and it was definitely timed absolutely perfectly because I was in so much pain this week with my cycle. Not having it for 6 months, you can only imagine how painful it is. As I mentioned, the biggest kind of worry that I had was my sleep. My sleep was very, very poor. Even though I was getting into bed and I had no problem falling asleep, the quality of my sleep was horrendous and I was waking up wrecked as if I never slept. So today is Saturday. So come Thursday, I started feeling so much better. My energy started coming back. My sleep literally went from 20 minutes of deep sleep to 2 hours of deep sleep every night. And I was actually waking up feeling like I slept. But that took about 2 days of complete rest for that to even start happening. And then yesterday and this morning, we're absolutely flying it, full of energy and definitely ready to get back into the gym today. Although we literally have a heat wave. So the gym is going to be boiling, but we'll manage. So yes, that's what's been happening. I'm very excited to see how my session goes today. I don't think I'll be taking you through my session. I might take a few clips and insert them in, maybe with a voiceover, just a montage. But I'll definitely update you how the session went and did the deload actually do its thing. Another thing that did happen is my weight dropped like 1 kilo over the last 4 days. Obviously, I was eating lower food, but I dropped so much inflammation. I can feel how much water weight I've dropped. Like I'm already 2 meals and 3 liters of water deep and this is how we're looking. So I definitely dropped so much water, so much inflammation from training. Now, I am expected to see my weight go back up tomorrow. I'm very aware that it's going to happen because obviously cortisol from training, inflammation, water retention from training, plus an extra 700 calories that I eat on a leg day. So my weight is definitely going to go up tomorrow. But I am hoping to be bright and fresh and ready to train today and have a really, really good session. Strong at that, although obviously I'm not going to go balls to the wall since I haven't trained in a week. I'm not going to be aiming for PBs. It's going to be about trying to go back to the numbers I was hitting before the deload and seeing how I get on. But yeah, so I thought I'd tell you what a deload is and why we did it and what it did for me. So what it really did for me, we'll see after today's session. It definitely improved my sleep. It definitely improved my mood, my energy levels, dropped a lot of inflammation and cortisol from the body. But we'll see what it does in terms of training today. So yeah, motivation is high, drive is high, so I'm excited to get in there, and I will definitely catch up with you when I am back. And then obviously I'm going to talk you through my off-plan eating and how I'm going about tracking off-plan meals in to really not derail my progress, but that is something I will cover when we get around to it. Also, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos, click that bell button, and head over to my Instagram, follow me there, and head over to my posing Instagram because I now have a Pose with Olivia Instagram. So if you are a competitor looking to book a session, I've also introduced new packages, so make sure you head over to Instagram, check that out. But if you are also someone that's just starting on your fitness journey, or you feel like you need some help on your fitness journey, I am a coach and I work with so many beautiful and amazing individuals, helping them reach their fitness goals. So don't hesitate to reach out. There is also a link in my bio if you want to go straight to the inquiry form. And this is it for now. I shall catch you in the next clip. So here, quick session, hamstring curl and glute push through. Keeping it very quick for you guys, just so you can see what I did in the gym. Very good sets. I then went into a single leg press, and one of my favorite exercises being the RDL, progressed on both, but this is where my hips went. And then the glute drive, really, really hard, progressed. I also finished off with some calves that I simply just didn't film. Hello. I am currently in my office. Our office, John and I do share an office as he works from home 3 days a week. So whenever he's not here, this is my office, mainly weekends and evenings when he doesn't work. So yeah, I got my laptop and I have a bit of client work to do, and I do have 2 consult calls this evening for potential clients joining the team this September. September is definitely a busy month with people getting back to routines in college and, you know, mummies with their kids going back to school. So it is definitely a busy time for me as a coach. That being said, I do still have spaces, so if anybody is interested. But I thought I'd fill you in on the session. It was rough. Now, the first 3 exercises went amazingly. I had the energy, I had the strength. I actually matched my first exercise, which was seated curl, and I progressed in my glute push through and my RDLs, and then the session kind of went downhill because my knees started being at me again. I realized I forgot my intras, so I had no carbs, and I just started crashing, and then I ended up skipping walking lunges altogether because my knees were just crippled. By the way, these are blue light blockers. I always wear them when I am working, just to avoid damaging my eyes from screens. I don't know about you guys, but I love working in the dark because I have a ring light on right now just to talk to you. But like the blinds are down, I just have a lamp on, and that is how I work, whereas John works with the window wide open. I don't know how he does it. I just like my darkness. And in the mornings as well, I had it on this morning when I was doing check-ins. Candles. This one is actually still from Christmas. It's a pumpkin harvest. It smells so good, and I cannot wait to get the first pumpkin spice candle of the season because it's September now, so it's pretty much Halloween, right? But as I said, I have a bit of work to do. I have a couple of reels to film. I already filmed 2 reels this morning, one on deloading, which I talked to you about as well. I did one on eating fruit with your carbohydrate dense meals, your savory meals, and I have a couple of more reels to make, some for my posing Instagram, which I will do tomorrow, just because I need to be in the right headspace. I can't be doing 2 at the same time. When I'm coaching, I'm coaching. When I'm posing, I'm posing. I can't be mixing both because it just never ends well. I just want to make sure I'm 100% focused on what I'm doing at a given time. So I'm going to work for a little bit. My dad is coming over this evening as well, and I might do a little in-person check-in with him because I will be prepping him next year for a bodybuilding show in Men's Physique for the muscle contest in April. So we are just about to start a little improvement phase, about a 10-week improvement phase before we dive into prep in November, end of November. For his show in April. So I might do a little in-person check-in with him and maybe run over a couple of Men's Physique poses because he's never posed before. So that is the POA for this evening. I have a lonely night in, so a lot of work will be done. I also want to make a little guide because I have a couple of clients going away on holidays, and I just want to kind of make a guide for all of my clients that they can use when they go away for holidays or weekends or off-plan meals in general. So I might do that, and yeah, just a couple of bits to work on, so nothing crazy today, but thought I would just fill you in on the session. I did film the session, which you would have seen. It was filmed on my phone because I didn't want to bring the camera around today and have to screw and unscrew the attachment for the camera onto my tripod, because I have to unscrew it to put my phone in, and no, I have to screw it on to put my phone in and then unscrew it to put the camera in, and it's just a bit too much, especially today where I wanted to just focus, because the first session back after a deload is never easy. Like, my knees hurt so bad, my hips hurt so bad. I know the DOMs are going to be out of this world tomorrow, and I'm already starting to struggle with the food. The first 3 meals went in so easily, and now I'm very sluggish after my post-workout meal just because it's so large. So I thought I would just sit down in the office. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. I will probably jump on either this evening or tomorrow, and we are going to get onto tracking my off-plan meal tomorrow because I know what I want. So it's just a matter of tracking it into my calories, but I will talk about all of that when we're actually doing it, and I'll tell you how I do it and why I do it, most importantly, as well. And obviously tomorrow you are going to see me make it and what John and I end up having for our first off-plan meal together in the month. Hey guys, it's the next day. Let me fix this. And I have my ring light on and I have my heels in front of me because I've just filmed a load of content for Pose with Olivia alongside on the content I filmed for my main channel yesterday. So it is Sunday, the 8th of September, and as you know, I will be having my first off-plan meal in over a month today, and I am planning to track it all in and actually make it myself too, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to film that too. But we obviously need to plan it. So I've started planning it yesterday. I know exactly what I want. And I'm going to talk you through how I go about tracking it into my day. So before I even do that, main thing, how I go about having an off-plan meal is also very, very important, because I don't just want to track it into my calories, but end up spending all of my calories for the day just for that off-plan meal, and then going starving for the rest of the day, and obviously not hitting my macronutrient goals either in just a single meal, because that's impossible. I'm not going to hit 150 plus grams of protein in just a single meal if I actually want to make it enjoyable. So main thing is, I looked at my meal plan first of all. I looked at my meal. So I have 6 meals today, or every day, and I have just under 2,000 calories to play with. Now, I'm not going to be too bothered by exact macros because, you know, I am having an off-plan meal, and off-plan meals are rarely ever very accurate, especially if you eat them out. It's very hard to actually track in the macros correctly too. But I do want to make sure I'm hitting a nice level of protein. So I then went online, which I will show you. We're actually going to swap over to my camera on my laptop. We're going to turn on Loom, and I'm actually going to do it with you and then insert that clip into the vlog, exactly how I'm going about tracking it in. But just a kind of brief summary. I went online looking at the shops around me like Tesco, Aldi, Lidl. You can find everything online, including the macros, and I looked for kind of the best burger buns that I can get for the best calories and obviously taste. Like, we do not want to be sacrificing taste here, so I chose that. I then obviously, I cannot have a burger without cheese in it, and it has to be this shitty cheese. So I found in Aldi, actually, they do the cheesy singles in a light version, and trust me, in a burger filled with flavor, you're not going to taste the difference between light cheesy singles and normal cheesy singles. I've left myself about 200 calories to play with, so I can decide what I want to put in that creamy, and I'm literally just going to go to the shop and see what I fancy and then track it in. So let's whip out the laptop, let's turn on Loom, and let's see how I go about tracking that meal in. Hello. So this is me here. This is how I work. So if you're my client, you're used to seeing me like this. But we're going to dive straight in. I'm going to pop myself to the side. So first, we're going to look at my actual meal plan, which is here. So as you can see, I have 3 different days of eating. I have my leg days, my upper body days, and my rest days. Today is a rest day, so obviously the calories are much lower than the other days, which is a little bit harder to track an offline meal in, but not impossible. And this is a perfect day to actually choose to show you how you can still track those kind of meals in, even when your calories are not as high. So we're going to scooch right over to my rest day. So you'll see I chose to have my breakfast meal, which was this. Then I've decided to skip my chicken and potato meal altogether. I don't need it today. And then I am going to also skip this meal. And in the place of that meal, it's going to be my chicken burger meal or my turkey burger meal. So we're skipping those 2 meals. We are then going into this meal, which I'm kind of going to have. So I'm going to have the chicken. I'm going to have the rice. And I'm also going to have my veg. I might just have a little bit less veg. I'm going to skip the avocado and I'm going to have pineapple instead of strawberries because pineapple has much more digestive properties that are just going to help me with digesting the off-plan meal. I am then going to have this meal, but I'm going to skip the almond butter from that meal. I'm still going to have my chocolate because I love the chocolate in this meal, and I'm going to have my yogurt and I'm going to have my strawberries, and we're going to add a little bit of whey protein to this meal because obviously I am skipping out on a little bit of protein here, missing some meat. So we're going to have that meal. And then instead of this meal, we're going to have my Ninja Creamy. So obviously I'm still keeping in the isolate whey, 30 grams. I'm not going to have cream of rice. We'll probably try Biscoff instead of this. And we're probably going to skip out on the berries. Unless I'm fancying some fruit at the end of the day, I'll throw it in as well. And then we're going to add a couple of bits to this. So we are then going to, so we kind of have a plan. So we've had meal 1. We are skipping meal 2 and 3. We are having meal 4 with less fats. We are having meal 5 with less fats. And then we are just swapping this meal for a Ninja Creamy. So I then needed to decide how I want to make my turkey burgers, and I figured it out. So I went onto the Aldi website and I typed in brioche burger bun because it has to be a brioche bun. And then I went to see which one would kind of suit me best. And I had a good look through them all, and these just really spoke to me. The brioche seeded sesame buns. I love sesame buns. So these are the products. And then I went down and it actually gives me the macro. So I could just look at that and I see that one bun is actually only 156 calories. So I definitely thought I'm getting what I want here for good calories. I then needed to find cheese for my burger. So let's go cheesy singles light, because I'm not wasting calories on full fat cheese when I can use those calories towards something else. And I found these. They are 59 cents. They definitely won't go to waste either. I'm sure John will eat them up when I'm done with them. But look at that. One slice is only 38 calories. And we can go down and we can look at the macros as well. So per slice, we're looking at 42 calories. We are looking at, you see, this is a bit off actually. So they're 42 calories. It's important to actually look at this, not just the front of the packet. And let me see, 42 calories, 2.4 grams of fat. We can look at the whole breakdown here as well. So we've kind of decided what we want to have. Obviously, sweet potato, I'm just going to get fresh sweet potatoes. Sauces are going to be low calorie, but we still need to actually track it in. So we're going to go into my fitness pal, and I've already started doing the work because I didn't want to waste time on this vlog. So obviously we know what meals we're having, we know what meals we're skipping, and I put in the meals that I'm going to have. So I've put in my breakfast meal that I already had. I've put in my second chicken meal, just without the avocado, like I told you. I then put in, so this is my off-plan meal, which I'm probably going to have them in a different order. I'm probably going to have my yogurt meal first and then my off-plan, because I just love having off-plans in the evening, like dinner dates, all that. So I'm going to have my Greek yogurt, my strawberries. It's important to still get that fruit in. I'm going to have 10 grams of salted caramel dark chocolate, and I'm going to have 10 grams of isolate. So that's going to be meal number 3 technically today. Then for meal 4, I'm going to have my nice off-plan dinner. So I've tracked in my turkey mince. So I have 125 grams because I had it in 125 gram portions in the freezer. So I just took one out. So we're going to have 125 grams of turkey mince. I then just simply typed in the brioche bun, which is, I just typed in Aldi brioche bun. So I might actually just show you how I did that. So add food. Also, you can do this on your phone as well, which is a lot easier. But I typed in Aldi brioche burger. What? Can't spell. And then this one came up. So I just clicked into it. I clicked into nutrition info. And I can see that it's 157 calories, 3 grams of fat, 25 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein, which if we look at the one we found here, I'm not going to do it now, but it was pretty much the exact same. So I've tracked that in.
So I just clicked add to food diary, but we're going to go back to where we were. I then tracked in the cheesy singles, which I did the exact same thing. So if you notice the pack said 42 calories on the website, and this is exactly what it showed me. So I tracked 2 of them, 84 calories, and the macros are also there. I then just typed in random veg, probably about 50 grams, but I'm not going to be too bothered if I have a little bit more. It's definitely better to just have a bit more veg rather than stressing about the calories of it, especially if you are not in prep. I then kind of looked and saw how many potatoes can I actually have. So I typed in 300 grams, subject to change depending what I track for my creamy as well. So I then went into my creamy. So if you look at the meal as a whole, it comes to 646 calories. And now keep in mind, that is a burger with 300 grams of chips. So pretty good if you ask me. And we're looking at 92 grams of carbs, which obviously is quite carb heavy. We're looking at 9 grams of fat. Only 9 grams of fat? Yeah, only 9 grams of fat and 47 grams of protein, which is just fantastic. So then I went in and tracked my creamy. So I knew I'm going to have 30 grams of whey, and I wanted to have 250 mils of unsweetened almond milk from Tesco that I have already because I used to use that for my creamies, and John uses it for his overnight oats. So it's always in the fridge. Sometimes I put a splash in my coffee too. So I tracked in the base of my creamy. And one thing I do know I want to have is my 10 grams of Biscoff spread today. So I've already put that in. And my totals for today come to 1,728 calories, 196 grams carbs, 30 grams of fats, and 162 grams of protein, which is amazing considering what we're having. And we still have nearly 300 calories to work with for anything I want to add into the creamy. Because if we look at my macros today, my macros are 184 grams of protein, and I have 162 grams of protein left. But obviously, once I got over the 150 mark, which is a good spot for me to be in, I'm not too bothered by hitting more protein. We are then looking at 214 grams of carbs, which we are fairly close on today already. But as I said, the macros aren't supposed to be that specific. I obviously want to enjoy my Offplan meal.
So that's done. So obviously I'm going to go to the shop a bit later when we're shopping for the ingredients for the burgers, and I'm going to have a look at the treats and see what I want to put into that creamy that will not take me over my calories, and then I will obviously share that with you and show you how the final numbers are looking today. And obviously we are going to cook the Offplan meal together, so I'm not going to bore you any longer here, and I'll probably see you again when we're back from the shops and we're making our Offplan meal tonight. But I just want to say, like, this is such a good way of really controlling your Offplan meals, making sure you're still enjoying food no matter what phase you're in, but not just packing on a load of extra weight just because of your Offplan meals, because that is just such a waste of all your hard work. So I'm definitely loving the new approach. Next time I do this again, we'll probably try somewhat track a meal out, which is going to be cool too. But for now, we're just going to keep it nice and simple and actually make our meal. And I have been really craving just a home cooked meal, so that's what we're going to do. So I will probably catch you later. So we're just back from town, and we might have gone a little bit ham. Couple of bags, but obviously it's the first week of September, meaning it's autumn now, and I just saw the cutest little things for like Halloween and autumn, and like pumpkin spice candles and all of that. I might show you a bit later what I got, but we've also picked up everything we wanted for our Offplan meal tonight, so let me show you. So we've got the burger buns that I talked about. Got the exact ones, same with the cheesy singles. I've got my lighter than light ketchup, and I have other condiments. I have just a white onion because burgers need white onions. We've got our sweet potatoes because we're both gonna have sweet potatoes. We got tomatoes, lettuce, and I have stuff like pickles and other little bits already. And then these are the treats that I picked out for my creamy. So I still need to go into MyFitnessPal and pop them in and see how much of it I can actually have in my creamy to not go over my calories. So we're really hungry. We stayed out a bit longer than we planned. It's actually 4:20 now, nearly 4:30. So we're actually gonna get another meal in. I'm gonna have my yogurt meal with strawberries and dark chocolate and a bit of whey, just to tie me over, because this meal is going to take a while to make. Even though the burgers will probably take about 10 minutes to put together, the sweet potato will probably take about an hour to make, because we're going to chop them up, we're going to season them and pop them in the oven for like half an hour, and then we're going to finish them off in the air fryer, hoping they crisp up. So we're going to eat first, then we're going to put on the sweet potatoes, and then probably start prepping everything else. So I might do a little montage of when I'm prepping or whatever, or I might get John to film a few clips. And then obviously I will be showing you the actual finished product. And then in the evening time, I am going to show you how I made my creamy and what I ended up putting into it and how it all fit my macros and calories and whatnot. So this is the kind of angles we'll be working with. I'm not sure what the lighting is going to be like while I move around the kitchen, but we're just going to work with it. So we're going to get started on the sweet potatoes first, obviously, because they're going to need about an hour, I'd say, between the oven and the air fryer. They're probably going to need a good bit of time, so we're just going to put them on and then just chill for a little bit while they cook. By the way, your boyfriend's t-shirts are the only appropriate cooking attire, FYI. So yeah, we've got a couple of sweet potatoes because we couldn't weigh them in the shop, so we didn't know. Sorry for the light going on and off. It's just with the amount of windows I have around me, it's probably going to get dark at some stages and bright at others, so we're just going to work with it somehow. But yeah, we just got a load of them. I think we got 5 massive ones, so I'm going to cut them up first, then I'm going to weigh them out, and we're just going to divide them up between us. Probably do 2 pans in the oven just so we don't have to weigh it out after, because I know exactly how much I want to have and John knows exactly how much he wants to have. So I'm wanting 300 grams. I think he's having about 500 grams because he is very behind food today. So yeah, he doesn't really want to get on the camera today because he's a little hungover. Isn't that right? Alright. So you'll probably just be seeing my face most of the time. So I'll get John to film a few clips as well. I can't speak. But I'm probably just gonna leave you there for a little bit and you're just gonna watch me cook away, and I'll show you a few close-ups of the actual food then. But like, it really won't be much. I'll show you the potatoes before and after they go in, and then I'm just gonna chop everything up myself here and show you, and then show you how we put it together pretty much. So I'll probably just put you on a time lapse if I'm being honest, but I'll see when I'm editing this. So first of all, we started off with the sweet potatoes. So I was doing out my portion here first. This is all I get. I thought I was gonna get like 2 of them for 300 grams. And here you can see a really cool method to get the perfect sweet potato fries. I then lined the bacon tray, obviously sprayed it down so it would stick, then sprayed it down so the potatoes wouldn't stick, then sprayed the potatoes again, olive oil fry light, used the peri salt knockoff, and seasoned my sweet potatoes before they went into the oven looking really, really pretty. I then went on to chopping and preparing all of the veg and the little bits that we're going to need for our burgers while the potatoes are in the oven. Obviously we had the chats, ate some pickles and cried chopping some onions. But I'm going to leave the voiceover here for a little bit and just let you enjoy the montage. so give me a second, guys. And we're gonna use portrait. Hold on, let's fix these up. And a normal photo. Hold yours up. He's used to this now. Come on. Okay. So that's our burgers done. You would have seen how we made them. Let me get in here. Yeah, change into shorts while I was at it too. We're not going to film us eating them because we just want to enjoy a little bit of time together. Lovely. But what I'm going to do is, well, with this meal, I'm going to pop a cap of Trained by JP in Shore and a cap of Digest Farmer Pro from JP as well. I don't even know if you can see that, but I'm not getting up. They're just digestion aids, and this is a GVA to help me process all these carbsies. But what we need to do is we obviously need a taste test.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the chips. They're not as crispy as we wanted them to, but they would have needed another like half an hour, and we're way too hungry.
And we need some sauce.
They're good though. Okay. Try the burger. I'm leaving that in. I don't want burger falling apart. Obviously he is 2 out of 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh fuck.
Look at that. Wow. Oh, we are going to enjoy this. So we're going to switch the camera off for a little bit. We're going to eat this. Sipping on some Pepsi. Watch a bit of
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. He's got me into that now. And I will catch you then probably when I'm all chilled out and showered in bed with my Ninja Creamy, and I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you making it because it's just going to be too long, but I'll show you my creamy. I will show you what I put in it, what I have alongside it for my dessert, and I'm going to show you a little snapshot of the calories and macros for today. So I'll see you before bed. Those burgers were truly incredible. Oh my god. They're actually better, I think, than any burger I've had like out. And the fact that they were on like 645 calories with the chips and was it 42 grams of protein, like absolutely mad. But it is time for dessert. It is 8:15 and I'm about to have my Ninja Creamy. So I've already calculated everything. So the base of my creamy is just 250 mils of almond milk unsweetened, and we've got 30 grams of Perform Whey Isolate in white chocolate hazelnut flavor, which is a white Kinder Bueno. This is my absolute favorite right now. First time having it this week actually, but it is my new favorite. And yeah, and the treats that I got earlier, so let me show you. So yeah, so I've calculated how much of everything I can have to fit my macros today, and I have half of a white chocolate Kit Kat. I love the chunky ones, but all they had was these, and I was really craving it. I love white chocolate, by the way. So I'm gonna have half of this. I'm probably gonna have my treats on the side and just my creamy by itself with the 10 grams of Biscoff that I nearly forgot about. So I have 10 grams of Biscoff. I'm probably gonna melt it and put it on top of the creamy. And then on the side, I'm probably just gonna have these, because as much as I love putting things into my creamy, all they do is give the creamy a bit of crunch, but you can't actually taste it, and I definitely do want to taste this. So I get half of this, and don't worry, it will not go to waste. It will either be saved in the cupboard or John will have the other half. I'm then going to go in with 4 pieces of the Oreo bites. So calorie wise, 5 of them are actually 141 calories, which is really good. And they're not that small. They're about this size. You'll see when I have them. So I'm going to have 4 of these. That's how much I tracked. And again, they will not go to waste. And lastly, I'm going to have 13 grams or 2 squares, more or less, of one of my absolutely favorite chocolates in the world that I brought all the way over from Dubai. We got like 10 of them coming back, and we've been savoring them, never having a full bar at a time. And that is the White Chocolate Galaxy. Can you see a theme with my food? I love white chocolate, and obviously white chocolate is not something I can have on the daily because it doesn't really support my bodybuilding goals, unfortunately. But when I do get to have it, it's definitely a treat. So I'm going in with the White Chocolate Galaxy. I love Galaxy in general. It is probably my favorite chocolate after yeah, before Cadbury. Cadbury actually comes after for me. Let me know in the comments, are you team Cadbury or Galaxy? So yeah, that's all I'm gonna have. That is literally all I'm gonna have. My creamy, which is just whey and milk, and a couple of these treats, and I will be very, very satisfied going to bed. I have to say, I'm already quite satisfied. Very, very full after that burger, but not overly full. Like, I am perfectly satisfied. Could I have eaten 2 of them? Probably. But I was very, very happy with my 1 burger and my sweet potato fries. Everything was absolutely delicious. So I'm just going to put that creamy together and I'll show you. And then I'm going to insert a little screenshot of just the calories and macros for today. So great day was had. Also, I'm going to pop another Ensure and Digest Pharma Pro with this as well because my body is not really used to chocolate anymore. I'm very interested to see how I'll actually feel. When I'm editing this video, I might pop on and let you know. So yeah, let's make my creamy. Let's jump into bed and finish off this day because I do want to be in bed and asleep before 10 o'clock today for a 4:30 start tomorrow, as per usual. Also, if I don't speak to you again before I end this vlog, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my future videos. There's plenty of content planned. Next week, I will be taking you along with me to a client show. I have a posing client competing with MBFI here, so I will be going to support her and be for her there on the day. So I will be taking you along for that. And yeah, make sure you head over to my Instagram and my posing Instagram. Follow me there, and I shall see you in the next one. Ciao!